It's Friday. Hope you're having a nice day so far. The weekend just around the corner now. Remember last weekend how cool and kind of cloudy it was, even a little drizzle? This weekend's the exact opposite. It's going to be mostly sunny and warmer right through the weekend. These pictures from the Surfline camera, which is surfline.com. It's on my links. Surfline camera picking up Monterey and just showing you some harbor seals, some sea lions, a little bit of everything, and it just underscores the abundance of sea life out there right now. Of course, Monterey Bay known for that, known for its sea life, but it's going off right now. The anchovies, as we talk about often, are just they're there and they're not going away anytime soon. They will move further offshore as we get into the late fall and the winter, but right now the anchovies, the little fish, there's billions of them and they're close to shore, and you're getting a lot of activity. So just really awesome pictures. These Surfline cameras, you can go anywhere in the world with these things, right? And I pay for a subscription, but gosh, I think it's such a resource to be able to just pull up a picture of any beach anywhere, almost any beach anywhere in the world. Okay, so Sunday is the autumnal equinox, the fall equinox, if you will. Equal day, equal night. Essentially 12 hours a day, 12 hours a night, and we're moving towards the solstice, the winter solstice, the shortest day of the year. We're coming off the summer solstice, longest day of the year, to the equinox, which is equal. Equinox is Latin. It comes from the Latin word equal, or the equa is, right? So equinox. And essentially, it's not quite that because the shape of the Earth and the orbit around the sun, it's not quite exactly 12 hours, but it's essentially that. So it marks, for me, certainly marks the beginning of fall. So today is going to be nice, plenty of sunshine, warmer than it was yesterday by another 3 or 4 degrees, mid 80s in most spots, foggy along the coast, a lot of fog right now. We'll get into that. Actually, on the tail end of the forecast, we're going to go in depth on some things if you want to hang around. Saturday is going to be warmer. High temperatures will be touching into the low 90s. And then Sunday, the equinox, will be a warm, very warm day with highs potentially in the mid 90s. So here are the temperatures forecast for today, for tomorrow. And you can see Santa Rosa at 90 degrees. These are your Saturday forecast numbers. 90 in Santa Rosa, Fremont 80, San Jose 82 degrees, essentially perfect weather. Some more cities, Livermore comes in just under 80 degrees. Actually, that Livermore number is incorrect. That should be closer to 88 degrees. I think I meant 88. So Fremont 83, Daly City 73, Mountain View 77. Fog will be a player for the next few mornings, and then it should kind of go away, but you get the plan here. We're basically looking at a warming trend. These two arrows on Sunday and Monday representing the big warm up, and then a little cool down on Tuesday. And then as we go into next week, we're going to be looking at temperatures that are essentially cooling on Wednesday and Thursday. So we'll see how that goes. So here's that shot again. This is from Sutro camera. This is a Tamalpais camera, Mount Tamalpais camera, and you're looking out towards the south, and you're kind of looking across Mill Valley. What I pick out right away from yesterday is look how deep the marine layer is. So this picture was taken at about noontime today. There's a lot of fog, and it's pushing pretty far inland. This is the Mount Tamalpais camera again. This time we're looking at more towards the north, kind of northwest, but you see fog on the Bolinas Ridge over here. Let me see if I can get a pointer going for you here, just so I feel better with a pointer. Here it is. So there's Bolinas Ridge right there. And then this is Bontempe. You're getting into Fairfax. This is Fairfax right over here, right? And then San Anselmo's over in here. I used to live over there. Such an awesome environment. A lot of mountain biking. This is kind of, depends who you are and how you feel about this, but I grew up kind of in Marin, Gary Fisher and Otis and Breeze and all those guys, and didn't grow up necessarily with. I was there when I was young. They'd already been there established, but this is where mountain bikes were invented essentially, and you can see why. What's interesting about mountain bikes? I think this is probably the case too. They started in Marin County because guys were growing weed. This is the rumor, but this is also I've had this from a couple of the locals tell me this, and they used to go maintain their weed plants. You'd have to ride your bike and carry water or however you get that to grow weed up in the watershed because it was essentially empty. Right? The Marin County watershed, look at that thing. So the bikes, the mountain bikes, sort of spawned from these kind of tending your weed garden. You got, we need bigger tires, we need traction on our tires, so on and so forth. I think that's a pretty good possibility that's where they came from. And I've actually heard that from some of the old timers themselves. Okay, so here's the inversion. We'll get into that another time because I mountain bike a lot. I love mountain biking and the history is pretty awesome. And Marin, I'm pretty sure Marin, there have been mountain bikers before on Mount Tam, especially on railroad grade, but Marin sort of, that Gary Fisher and those guys really got it going. Okay, so here's the inversion. So it's at 2,000 feet. Remember the inversion is right here where the line, where the cool meets the warm, right? And then you can see that right here, this is yesterday, time runs this way. So this is the current depth of the marine layer. It's about 2,000 feet or 1,800 feet. So it's barely existing. A little deeper, it goes away. And that's a possibility, but I think it's going to pinch down, obviously, as we begin to warm up. So that's the profiler. This is the watchduty.org. And I wanted to get to this only because last night and the day before, we had lots of lightning strikes on the west slope of the Sierra Nevada. And I said, both nights, I said, hey, very fortunate this is pretty much beneficial rain and even lightning and thunder because we didn't get a lot of fire starts. And as you can see here, no fresh fires, really. I don't see any, at least on the west slope of the Sierra Nevada, and most of the fires being taken care of well. You can tell they're being taken care of because you see that gray around there. That means you're getting good containment. This fire over near Ely, that thing's raging because just by the icon. So you can glance at these and go, okay, that fire's pretty much on its way out. Okay, so here is the computer model. This is right now, and I bet you can pick out the trough. See it right, let's see if I can do this here. Okay, so see the trough right there, and see California, I hope you do. And then you see that little nudgy thing, that ridge building in over the state. So that's the next couple of days. There's your warm-up. And as we get into early next week, the warm-up continues, but then this little low develops right offshore. See that? And then look what it does. It retrogrades and comes back up on Wednesday. So this would be our cooling. See how it gets this cutoff low gets wrapped into this upper level trough to the north. So it just gets pulled in. That's your cooling on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And it'll be pretty significant cooling. And then we flatline for a while. And then we get into the following week. Look at that. That's the real deal. That's the real deal. That's very similar to what we had a few weeks ago. Will that happen? This is actually that's on the 21st, or pardon me, that's on the 29th of September. So a week from Saturday. So we'll see. But either way, we're going to verify the forecast and that we're going to be warmer next few days, cooling on Wednesday. This is Ocean Beach. You can see the winds are relatively light, but it's foggy. And then this is Steamer's Lane. And you can see the birds, which I love. Oh, look at that. We just kind of cue the birds. Awesome. And that is in response to all the anchovies. All right. I hope you have a nice day. Some live pictures. Talked about the equinox. Go down to Monterey. Go look at the whales and the dolphins and the birds and the seals. And we talked about cooler middle next week. So this weekend's going to be nice, cooler middle next week. Okay. See you back.